welcome to the Farmcast.
And we're back with another episode of the Farmcast, another rankings video. Today, I think a very amazing episode because we're all obviously sports fans and we all have really hot takes. So today we are going to be ranking our top three favorite and bottom three least favorite players, athletes across the board, open for interpretation. So yeah, let's just kick this off.
All right. I got a few I want to talk about. These are going to be starting with our favorites. We'll go positive first, negative second, and first, number one on the favorites, the entire Houston Astros organization. And here's why.
Preach.
They, obviously, as many people know, got into a little bit of trouble recently with a cheating scandal.
The Houston Asterix.
Oh, that's funny.
Mm-hmm.
And see, kind of what he's getting at is why I kind of just love the Houston Astros, because they just expose all of these absolute dork baseball fans who get so upset about a team just cheating, trying to win, and just take it so personally, how they're not going to buy Astros gear, they're not going to watch baseball, all the way down to such absolute minute things like, if I'm playing MLB The Show and you have a player on the Astros on your team, I'm going to plunk him. Like, yeah, that'll show him. And it's just exposing all of these nerds and just getting them out in the open. It's like a vetting process. It just, oh my God.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. I absolutely hate, I understand you can be upset that a team cheated, but this is just like in the steroid era. This leads into one of the people on my list too, but this is just like in the steroid era when people would single out one player thinking that they're the only one cheating and trying to get an advantage. If you don't think that your team is trying to do something along the same lines that the Astros were doing, I think you're just blatantly false.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's trying to get ahead. Cheating is part of baseball. It's been a part of baseball for forever.
And people are so inconsistent with it too, because if you're getting mad about that, why aren't you getting mad about pine tar on a pitcher's hat? And it just,
because everybody does it.
Yeah, it just goes down the rabbit hole, and it's so blatantly dumb, because why aren't people more upset against the Red Sox? They just got fined for basically the same thing. Their manager was part of the Astros organization. He got punished, but nobody seems to care that he got
punished by the team, but he did get he was acquitted from the MLB. He did nothing wrong.
So then, but I just don't understand. But the Red Sox themselves did get punished.
Yeah.
So where's the hate
for what they did in 2017?
Well, that was the same thing with the
It
Astros.
was like the watch thing. No, it was a different thing.
I guess the point is, why get so upset about one team and then just let another team off the hook?
I'm gonna give
the whole thing's dumb.
I'm gonna give a cold take and say they're shitty. They're shitty. They just are. You cheated. You got caught. Do it and don't get caught.
They aren't trying to defend themselves and saying that we didn't do it. Multiple people on the team have come out and said we apologize. We admit to what we were doing was wrong, and they're still getting an incredible amount of hate for it. I guess I can see where it's coming from, but I think you're a fucking nerd if that's the way you think about it.
You can get mad if you're a player. I don't understand why average Joe Schmo fan is yeah, damn those Astros.
Right.
The hate won't go away until they take down their banner. So once that banner goes away, then everything's just
right.
Well, guess what?
Happening. I think people just think about if I'm playing a board game, someone cheated, I'd be angry, and they're I feel the same way about this.
Except the difference is, in this, we have to see all these cringy responses of the people who are mad, and it's really just embarrassing to look at. So, I'm glad it happened, because it just kind of exposes those people, and I can just cut them out. I don't need to listen to their baseball takes. It's great.
Okay.
So, next on the favorite athlete list, we're going to stay with baseball. If anybody knows me at all, this one's an easy one. It's Joey Gallo. It's easy, of course. The man hits nothing but absolute nukes, or he strikes out. and he does it all with a big dorky smile. And he is probably the most lovable baseball player I've ever seen in my life. He's like a big, he's like a
dog.
Grunk. Yeah,
he's a dog,
he's literally just like a big golden retriever. Like, I mean, he's the absolute best, and I want to see him continue to bat .225 with 45 dings every single year for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I want to keep seeing him beat records of, like, what I remember when I heard him, he hit his 100th home run, and he hit his 100th home run before he hit his 100th single. I was like so mind blown. I'm like, how does that even fucking happen, man?
Like, how a guy like that can be, and he's actually good. That's the thing. Like, and how a guy like that actually can be good is so mind boggling to me. And my God, and he's also an absolute cheat code in the show. All around package. Favorite baseball player ever.
Yeah.
Easy. And my number 3 is something we can all get behind, I think. Brandon Jennings. Brandon Jennings is like the marker for me when it comes to actually having hope in Bucks basketball for like the first time that I can remember, because I was never a big Andrew Bogut fan. Sorry, Zach. And I liked him, but he was always hurt. Brandon Jennings just kind of came out of nowhere. He played over in Italy overseas for a year, came over, dropped 55 on the Warriors, and it was the coolest shit ever. And it was just like the first time it was like, wow, the Bucks actually might have some star power since, I don't know, Michael Redd. It was just the best. Brandon Jennings, and ever since then, there's been a lot to actually look forward to with the Bucks. And I just absolutely, that was like the mark where I was like, yeah, let's go. I can actually have some hope.
So this was the first name I wrote down as my favorite. It was easily my first one. I'm going to take it off now because I had another guy who I've been sitting on. But Brandon Jennings, come on now. Like you said, that unbelievable rookie game he had. It was 51 points, not 55. But what's the difference at that point? Talk about, like, that's what made me go from, like, yeah, the Bucks are in my state, I root for them because of that, to I fucking love the Bucks, was Brandon Jennings coming to the Bucks. That's what put me over the edge. He was the guy. It was so exciting. And, like, even though, like, we didn't really do anything with that, it was just so much fun to have someone to be excited about. And those Bucks teams pre-Giannis were a lot of fun. They really were. And obviously I'm happy with what we have now, but they gave me something to like. Brandon Jennings plus the Bucks in 6.
Yeah.
Yep, Bucks and 6.
And then we got
Iconic.
that little taste when we signed him to that 10-day contract. Was that 2 years ago now or 1 year? It doesn't
That was
matter.
2 years ago now, yeah.
Either way, when we signed him on that 10-day and he came in and almost had a triple-double his first game back.
So cool.
Oh my God, I felt like I was like 12 years old again. It was just like, whoa, let's go.
Yo. Oh, that was so
the absolute
cool.
Best.
Oh. So cool.
Yeah, top 3, Joey Gallo, the Houston Astros, and Brandon Jennings.
Okay.
Strong top 3.
Yo.
My number 1, I touched on it a little bit. Barry Bonds.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I like him for a lot of the same reason Kyle likes the asterisks, and it's because people who do not think Barry Bonds deserves to be in the Hall of Fame for never being found guilty for using steroids, they are the absolute worst people of all time. Of all time. This man was intentionally walked more than most people ever get at bats in the MLB. He hit, did he finish with 762 home runs?
I think so.
Or 763. Regardless, the man hit absolute nukes. He was a great fielder at the beginning of his career, but mainly the biggest reason I enjoy Barry Bonds is because of how angry he makes old people, and I don't like old people who are sports fans. I don't.
Mwah.
Fair enough.
They just have the worst takes, and they think that they're always right. And I understand, and we're young, whatever. We aren't right on everything, but this is one thing I am right on. You can't tell the story of baseball without Barry Bonds if he was the best player to ever play baseball. So
I'm gonna play devil's advocate here real quick. the name of Kanye's worst song is called Barry Bonds.
That's fair. That's fair.
It kind of takes down the
Barry Bonds
title.
had nothing to do with that. Barry Bonds had nothing to do with that.
I don't know. There's another hit, Barry Bonds. That song doesn't exist
It's
without
tough.
Barry Bonds. It's a rough one.
That's real tough.
I'll be honest with you. That song would have been 10 times worse had it been named Babe Ruth. So
There's another hit,
Yeah.
Babe Ruth.
yeah,
That sounds terrible.
What's
You're
a guy
right.
like the old guys like from the steroid? There's another hit, Jim Tome. You're like, yeah.
Oh man.
But like, the fact, like, get these absolute losers out of here who don't like Barry Bonds, because a 36-year-old hit 73 home runs and had a 515 on base percentage
Yeah.
in one season.
Was that?
Are you kidding me?
What year was that in? 2007.
2002.
Oh, 2000. He was 36 in 2002.
Yeah, he retired in 2007.
Shit.
Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah, because whether he took steroids or not, because he hasn't been proven yet, it still takes quite a bit of athleticism to actually hit the ball. You can be jacked and just hit nukes if you actually land one, but it takes like some coordination just to be able to land contact on it.
He hit 73 home runs while maybe getting one decent
Yeah,
pitch to hit a series.
Yeah.
because that's the thing with Barry Bonds. It wasn't just that he was the best power hitter. He had the best eye of anybody to ever play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The
I
man.
think it was that same season in 2003 where if he would have taken away all his hits, he still would have led the league in OBP by like 150 points or something. Like it's just ridiculous.
After he had that 73 homer season, he was on base 58% of the time the next year, and then in 2004, over 60%.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Is that the
39 years
MLB
old.
record? Is 73 home runs a season?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is in like modern era when the
Yep.
pitchers were actually good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like the fact we don't just absolutely shower this man in love. Like, sure, he was kind of a dickhead, but so
Michael
was Tiger
Jordan,
Woods, and
yes.
so was Michael Jordan, and we all
Yes.
love them. So why do we cut out Barry Bonds?
He also hit. So I actually saw a tweet where this guy had extrapolated if Barry Bonds would have played his career in Colorado instead of San Francisco, he
Oh,
would have hit
God.
like 875 home runs.
That's crazy.
Like that. I mean, it's just insane. He was so fucking good.
And then he just also casually had over 500 stolen bases.
Yeah.
why
People
not?
forget about that, dude. And he won what, 5 Gold Gloves?
Oh God, at least.
Yeah. He just
8
all around
Gold
and
Gloves.
yeah, all around an incredible baseball player.
See, I want a documentary on him. That's who I want a documentary on, because
Yeah.
he is fascinating to me, because he just disappeared.
His godfather is Willie Mays, and
Yeah.
then he has like a cousin who was also a really good baseball player or something. But like, yeah, that entire family, that would be an incredible story to watch. But yeah, so number 1, Barry Bonds. No, number 2. You guys ever heard of a little guy named Ninja?
Oh, let's go! Fuck!
Hell
Fuck!
yeah.
I want to fix my list right now. I want to fix my list. Holy shit!
What the
Why do you
fuck
think
did
I'm
you
wearing
say,
the
you little shit?
Wow, that is a
Headbands
great
would never
one.
be in without Ninja. Thank you, Ninja.
Another man who just pisses old people off. People who don't think esports are sports. Kill yourself. The way
heard it here first.
The way that Ninja
Huh.
is able to turn on noobs in a pub lobby is absolutely disgusting, dude. Whenever I find myself, I have enough time to sit down and watch a Ninja stream. All I'm thinking in my head is, man, this is bonkers. Yeah. So Ninja.
Not only is the man a pro gamer in Fortnite, he's also a pro
Oh my
gamer
God.
in Halo. How skilled? What's the ceiling on this future Hall of Famer?
He has blue hair.
Yup. He wears awesome suits.
Oh my god. His girlfriend's hot. She's from Wisconsin.
Oh yeah. I didn't know she was from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's from Wisconsin.
He's a Packer fan.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. He's a Lions fan. That's the one thing.
No,
working
he
against
won.
Ninja.
He lost. He's now a Packers fan because I hate that I know this. But
What?
Yeah, because the
Zach gonna
Packers
tell us about all the deep ninja lore. Thank
the
you.
Packers beat the Lions, so he's just like, fucking, I'm a Packer fan now, I guess. Knows a winning team.
So yeah, Ninja's pretty cool.
I can't get
Standing up there with the greats.
Hoppy in the
Barry
chat.
Bonds,
Nothing.
Ninja.
When I see Ninja build in Fortnite go up, get the victory royale, my first reaction is poggers. Oh my god, holy shit. Oh god, I'm like sweating after that one. Oh fuck.
That's what thinking about Ninja does to a man.
Yeah. Oh my god.
All right, now to my number 3.
I feel bad for number 3. That's a
Don't
tough act
jump-
to follow.
Don't jump to any conclusions. Let me explain myself. But Mitch Trubisky. Man,
Okay.
there is nothing that makes me happier than watching Mitch Trubisky try to read a cover 2 defense and just throw an interception.
That's true.
Yep.
What a joy that I'm actually that I actually can watch Bears games and think, man, I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's even better thinking about what they could have had.
Right. The memes.
Yep.
Off
Pat
the
Mahomes, Deshaun Watson.
Oh yeah.
Who else? There was another
there's
quarterback in
more.
the draft.
I know
Josh
it's
Allen.
Josh Allen.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. The fact that we are able to play against Mitch Trubisky twice a year is a blessing, and I think it's something we as Packer fans need to stop taking for granted because there's a very real chance we might not see him at all this year or
And it's
whenever
sad.
football happens.
Yo.
I thought the dream was dead after Jay Cutler left. I loved Jay Cutler. Watching him just sit back in the pocket with his fat ass and just absolutely throw a 120-mile-an-hour fastball right into Charles Woodson's hands never got old. And I thought it was going to be over after that, but then comes Mitch, comes along,
Yo.
and man, here we are, just living good.
The Bears never fail.
I was going to say, if you're going to go down that path, I was going to say, just go with Jay Cutler. But I think what you're on about, really, is that Mitch Trubisky has had a team around him that is probably a Super Bowl winning team with any other quarterback.
Easily.
It's such a good team, and to bring them down to in his career, like how good these last 2 years, how good that team's been, and all they can say is that they lost in the wild card round. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is it's amazing. That's a great
As a Packer
choice.
fan, I cannot wish for anything more than that.
No, beautiful. Whew.
So, yeah, Barry Bonds, Ninja, and Mitch Trubisky. My favorite
Wow.
3 athletes of all time.
Oh, fair enough.
Won't get an argument from me.
Wow.
Not one.
I feel self-conscious about my list now, honestly.
Yeah,
Holy
same
shit.
here. Like,
Wow.
but so I'll start off with my my favorite athletes. Shaquille O'Neal, number 1.
Okay.
Just a big boy, just a unit of a man. I don't know how anyone could stop him playing basketball.
They did.
Exactly. Like, he played for pretty much half the NBA, which is wild. You can get his jersey on pretty much any team, which is pretty sick. Yeah, absolute load. That's pretty much, he's just a big boy.
Yeah.
And no one could stop him. He could probably still play now in the league.
Yeah.
And no one could stop him.
Well, I don't know. You watch him in those Cavs days. It's tough.
Yeah, Celtics too, not so hot. But
Ugh.
another
Those
reason
are
I
cursed
like Shaq
pictures
is,
too.
His post playing career has been as good as you could hope for any.
Oh, yeah.
Yo,
He's awesome.
him and Barkley on TNT.
Mm-hmm.
There's I mean, it's not even fair. Like,
No,
when it
it's so
comes to
good.
like sports television pregame shows, it's no one's in the ballpark of them.
Yeah.
I mean, what What else is there? Terry Bradshaw and Jimmy Johnson.
Dude, that used to be such a good show, though.
What happened?
That pregame on Fox. I know that we're just taking this in another direction real quick, but dude, that pregame show was the best. I look forward to that so much, almost as much as I did kickoff.
Yo.
It was a perfect primer, and I don't know what changed, but it just
I know what
it's not
changed.
just Rob Riggle.
It's Rob Riggle. No, it is. It's fucking Rob Riggle. That motherfucker. Oh, man. Oh, he might be my least favorite athlete. He counts. He fucking sucks.
I see him in a Chiefs jersey a lot. I think that does count.
Yeah.
It has to count. So yeah, Shaq, he's the first one. So second one, so hear me out here. His off the field stuff is kind of controversial.
Okay.
But I'm going with Mike Vick.
That's fair. Yeah.
Okay.
It was just
Good.
dog.
I'm glad we're on the same
Man
page.
did his time. Don't say
Yeah, he
it
did
like
his
that.
time, paid his debt to society, but man, did I want
O.J.
to be
Simpson was a hell of a rusher.
Yeah. Nobody could stop him. He
Man,
did his
I
time.
want to be just like Mike Vick playing football when I was younger. He was just fast, he could throw, and just pretty much tear up defenses. And I thought he was the most electric person on the field whenever he was on the field. And he pretty much carved the way for the new era of quarterbacks, in my opinion, where he can do more than just throw a ball, and he can like be mobile, just be a threat to anyone.
And he still had a rocket.
Yeah,
Yo.
he had a fucking
Yo.
cannon.
He was so
I remember,
fun to
and
watch.
I know this is like an authentic love. I remember back in like
Oh yeah,
very early middle school. Becker was probably like 11 years old. You wouldn't catch him without a Michael Vick jersey on. The man wore that constantly.
Oh yeah, that was like one of the first jerseys I ever bought was a Mike Vick jersey. It was great, and playing with him in NFL Street 2, cheat code. It's absolute cheat code.
I was gonna bust out my Mike Vick Eagles jersey. Even on the Eagles, he was
fire.
so sick.
I would argue the most memorable moment I have of Mike Vick was when he was in an Eagles uniform when they came back against the Giants, like 3 touchdowns.
Oh, yeah.
Yo,
Like 14 minutes of the game or something.
Yo.
Oh my god.
See, when I think about
it's
Eagles,
because of Mike Vick, we won the Super Bowl.
I was just gonna say when I think about
Yeah.
Eagles, Mike Vick, I just think about us getting that dub against them in Philly.
Yeah.
And then I think one of the funniest things. It's so shitty with the Michael Vick. You guys remember? I want to say it was Madden 2004. He was insane in that game.
Yo.
But that's when they had quarterback vision, and they were extremely racist because Peyton Manning's was about as wide as the field, and then Michael Vick's quarterback vision was like you could maybe see the tight end if on like a good day. Like he was maybe the best quarterback in the game, and no, they just like small vision. He doesn't really get how to play the quarterback position.
Yeah.
So thank you, Madden.
He is one of the most overpowered like players in all of Madden. I'm pretty sure. Like it's like that's a fact too. Him in Madden 04.
Yeah, because he's
Scary.
pretty much a running back and a quarterback at the exact same time.
To this day, he's still banned in NFL Street 2 when the boys get together to play. If we see Mike Vick in the pickup pool, no,
We're
you gotta
res-
leave him. It's
Yep.
it's game over if you have Michael Vick. That's it.
So Mike Vick, number 2. Number 3, you guys might not agree, but it's myself.
I don't agree. You're right.
You're right. But
Wrong, and I'll tell you
I
why.
am one of my favorite athletes. Because I believe in myself. I think I can do anything I want to do, and I'm going to go do it.
Boy.
I play one of the best sports on the planet. That's rugby, boys. See you, Zach. I thought he was jumping out the window very quick.
I wouldn't have blamed him.
But no. Yeah. I just give myself a lot of credit for being where I am right now.
I have counterpoints.
Living with your parents.
Not anymore. I'm out and about now.
I have some points against the Becker athleticism.
All right.
The man has no finesse.
Point number 1. Point number 2. They put the fastest guy on the football team at right guard. You do the math. You guys can figure
That
out
was
that one on
not
your
my
own.
choice.
No,
And this
There's
is
a
high
reason.
school. This is
I think
not
there-
my athletic peak. Remember this.
Oh, you were pretty athletic in high school.
Yeah, but that's not my peak. My peak, I don't even know I've reached it yet. I'm still climbing. Let me tell you what. You guys give me a lot of shit, but I'll tell you what.
if you can put Becker
I'm
in
an
the right
athlete,
spot,
guys. God,
put him in the
damn
right
it.
spot,
I'm an
and he'll
athlete.
really make some hay. As long as you,
I found my sport. It wasn't football, I'll say that. I'm in the right
No.
position in rugby, and I just tear it up.
if you force Becker, if he just can go to his left, great in a game of pickup basketball. If he can't go to his left, oh boy.
I'll still make it work.
He'll look like that
All right,
video
take
of Bob
me
Cousy
one-on-one.
you see on Twitter.
Oh, I
every
never-
once in a while.
You didn't see me put myself on list of best athletes. I stayed far away.
Man, I have to commend you on that. Your favorite athlete. I think there was someone else who did that. Like, who's your favorite athlete of all time? Myself. Like, that's
You gotta believe in yourself.
Imagine.
I guess.
So yeah, so my favorite athletes, Shaq, Mike Vick, and myself.
Okay.
One of these is not like the other.
All pretty similar, if you
It's
ask
a list
me.
of all the greats.
Well, I'll tell you what. If that was your reaction from Becker's, I'm afraid of what you might say about mine, because we're gonna start.
Oh, God.
We're gonna start it off with a cold take, but I had to put him on here because Brett Favre's amazing. He's Wisconsin royalty,
Yep.
and you said Barry Bonds is someone you want to see a documentary on. Brett Favre. He should by far be the leader of the next MJ-esque documentary. You look at his career from starting with the Falcons, going to the Packers, getting that Super Bowl, the addiction, the whole father
dick
dying
pics.
on the dick pics, his father dying on Monday Night Football. Sorry, Jamal Jackson, Jameson, we whooped you on Monday Night Football. Legendary games, and then him leaving the Packers and playing them with unbelievable
The Wrangler
story.
jeans.
Yeah, and his commercial game. No one can sell me on Wranglers more than Brett Favre.
You know I wanted to be wearing a Johnny Copper arm sleeve.
Yeah. And growing up in Wisconsin, Brett Favre was our Michael Jordan. And I've just realized that more after watching the MJ documentary. Brett Favre was our Michael Jordan. He was I remember fucking crying when I was in middle school when he left the Packers, when he retired, and they had the TMJ Forever. I cried. So I had to put Brett Favre at number one. And I have a feeling that everyone else on this list is of that same caliber. So I did have Brandon Jennings at number two, or I did have him next on my list. But I'm going to sub in Andrew Bogut, someone who apparently Kyle isn't a very big fan of.
Hey, I like the man, but
Andrew Bogut.
he didn't exactly get the juices flowing.
Hey, I'll tell you what. He wasn't a superstar. He didn't get your flashy plays. Oh,
No,
look at me.
certainly not.
And then when he did, he tore his shoulder apart. So that wasn't great.
Yeah, that was sad.
Yep. And he was just another player on that same level as Brandon Jennings, where he got me excited. Plus that, I don't know what year it was, but we were good. And I don't know if this was something I made up in my
2010.
head. I think it was 2010, yeah. I don't know if this is something I made up in my head. It very well could have been. But were there MVP talks with Andrew Bogut? Because I think there were. I don't think I made that up.
Sounds right to me.
I'm
Sounds a little
pretty sure.
far-fetched.
I'm pretty sure at the end
find
of the
out.
season, right before he tore his shoulder, they were talking Andrew Bogut MVP. He led that team. That team would have been. We would have beat the Heat, if he was healthy. I think it was the Heat we played. I could be wrong. Maybe that was after but we would have, or maybe it was the Cavs. We would have beat whoever it was if Andrew Bogut was healthy. We might have went to the Eastern Conference Finals if Andrew Bogut was healthy for that.
He made an All-NBA third team. That was sick.
My MVP. That's what I
The
say.
accomplishments stand for itself. Andrew Bogut, an all-time favorite player of mine. I'm glad he got his ring with the Warriors, unfortunately, but I'm glad he went out on top of the game. And then this brings me to my last, my final one on my favorite list. It should be no surprise. I'm a fan of Brett Favre, and I'm a fan of Jameis Winston.
Yeah. Okay.
Jameis Winston is the most
Very
exciting football player we've seen of all time. I don't think that's a stretch to say. He is the most exciting and interesting player to watch of all time. Across all sports. I don't think that is a fantastic take. Jameis Winston is, when you're watching, your eye is immediately on him. Is he going to throw a pick six, or is he going to throw a 90-yard touchdown? You don't know, but you know it's going to be fun. Jameis Winston is the definition of Hollywood. He is fun to watch. He's fun to watch. Ups and downs. So far, his career has been insane, and he went to the best place, Drew Brees' successor. Are you kidding me? This man is going to win a Super Bowl. He will be in some MVP debate eventually. And I can't wait to document this too, because this man's ceiling is the Empire State Building. He is electric. And he fixed his eyes. We have to remember, he played blind.
He can see now.
He led the I didn't fact check this. I think he led the NFL in touchdowns last year. Another stat as well, but touchdowns, and he was blind. Yards.
And picks. Definitely picks.
Well, that's something else to talk about for another day. This man, he fixed his eyes. He can easily be MVP worthy. I might be alone on this. I don't know. I can't tell. But I think Jameis Winston, I think we're going to be talking about him a lot in the upcoming decade.
I like that he's on your list. It's hard for me to say he's the most entertaining person to watch in sports when he's playing at the same time as like Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson.
You know, good players.
That's the thing, though. That's the thing. He's a mystery box.
Watching Jameis is the funniest.
It's a treat.
It's the funniest in sports by a country mile. I mean,
the most entertaining.
Electric, but for all the wrong reasons.
See, what I think is going to happen is that since we hang around Zach and he talks about Jameis Winston all the time, we're used to the Jameis hype. So if he does blow up, okay, it's there. We we knew it was going to be coming if it does happen because Zach brings it up. But to a normal person who doesn't worship Jameis, what do you say? If he blows up and just becomes MVP caliber, it's going to be a complete shock to absolutely everyone.
We'll see, I guess. How many?
He does have a lot of believers, but
he does.
And I'm one.
He's got a lot to put together, and I don't know if the off-season workouts of him dodging medicine balls and swinging a mini baseball bat, I don't know if that's going to be the road to MVP, but
I'll be honest, that workout isn't it. And he also needs to work on his pregame speeches, because as the infamous everyone knows, we're going to eat a W. That's a W. We're going to eat one. He's got to work on that, but those are probably the only two. Those are probably the only two things he needs to work on. That's my top list. It goes, what was it again? Brett Favre, Andrew Bogut, Jameis Winston.
Okay.
All right.
Top tier list.
Thank you.
Now we get into the nitty-gritty, the bottom of the barrel, the least favorite athletes. And I got takes. I'm angry. Number 1, least favorite athlete. Every single me in Wii Sports Baseball. Have you guys ever played Wii Sports Baseball?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not too bad.
If you hit a ball, let's say I hit a lazy pop fly to center field, the way they catch it, and then they just...
Oh.
No emotion. Nothing. They just stare at you. Mm-hmm. Whether they drop the ball, catch it, anything. They're just... It's this blank expression that you can't get a read on. You don't know if they're looking for your approval. That you don't know if they're giving you a death stare. It's terrifying. And I absolutely hate it. Why would you make a diving catch and then just...
Oh, shit. I hate that.
You combine that when you're already probably giving up 2 home runs to a legend of Wii Sports, Matt. It's a recipe to get very angry very fast.
Plus, the worst footwork I've ever seen. A slow roller
Garbage.
comes their way, they stand there. Maybe they bobble a little bit, do their little thing. Disgusting. Trash.
Nobody's rolling up. Nobody's taking 3
No.
steps. The catcher's winding up.
No.
And you don't even get to see, like, if you hit a grounder to third, you don't even see what happens. It just zooms in on him. You might see him, like, throw the ball to first, like, not even looking sidearm because they're too busy staring right into your soul. Horrifying. They disgust me. And I hate me's in Wii Baseball specifically. Kind of just hate him in general, but that's a topic for another day. Number 2. I hate Steph Curry.
Okay.
Yep.
I get it. I know how good he is. I'm not going to be one of those people who tries to go on an island about, or just tries to go on a tangent about, yeah, like, he is amazing. He revolutionized the game. I know. But I don't know what it is, but there's something so infuriating about watching him hit just another rainbow 3, doing a little shimmy, and then just getting over there. Like, I like cocky athletes, but there's just something about Steph Curry that just absolutely pisses me off.
I know you've heard this before, Kyle, but nothing cooler than fucking your wife, dude.
What?
You know what I mean?
I know you've heard this before, Kyle.
What?
Yeah, no, Kyle knows. He gets it. Nothing cooler than fucking your wife. For some reason, I knew when Kyle brought up Steph Curry, we'd be bringing up his family.
I'm lost with you too, Kyle.
So lost.
Aisha.
There's a podcast me and Kyle often listen to, Mixtape. But that is something they had brought up on there when he brags, he's posting on social media with his wife all the time,
okay.
you know, and there's nothing cooler than, you know, fucking your wife.
The sickest brag, fucking your wife. Yeah, no, okay, thank you. You had to bring me back down here. Yeah, Steph Curry is such a loser. Like, yeah, way to go. Like, you can brag about with a random person. You can even get away with it if you're talking about, like, your girlfriend. When you're bragging about, wow, I'm going to really go home and fuck my wife, it really loses its luster, doesn't it?
Chance the Rapper has entered the chat.
Like, Steph Curry is just the biggest dork. He's just everything Klay Thompson, everything cool about Klay Thompson just gets none of that for Steph. Like, they're complete opposites. Klay is like this, he's just cool, laid back, shows up to every game, high as a kite, and just bangs threes while maybe dribbling it 8 times. Mm-hmm. Something about watching Steph Curry just is infuriating to me.
Huh.
Drives me nuts.
Mouth guard, man. Mouth guard for me is what does it.
It's a mouth guard, too.
Put it in your mouth or take it out.
Yeah. Sounds like a boomer take, but I kind of agree with it.
Jesus, that's a terrible take. I hate that take. Come on now, man.
That mouth guard in, Curry.
Listen.
No, but he's still a bitch because then he threw it at that one guy in the crowd because he was woozing.
Mm-hmm.
He gets there and immediately gets out alphaed by Kevin Durant because Kevin Durant is the far superior basketball player.
Yep.
As soon as you guys find something likable about Steph, please tell me. Because I can't do it. The guy, I hate him.
What'd you say, Zach? He's fun to watch?
Fun to watch, yeah. Like, listen, I'm not the biggest Steph Curry guy, but, like...
I never said this was a rational
That's
thing.
fair. That's very
it's
fair.
It's just something I feel in my gut.
Okay, that's fair.
We get it, dude. You shoot threes. Nice. Learn another trick.
I loved watching AI dance around and dribble the way he did. I love watching.
AI was cool. AI was badass.
I like watching.
Steph Curry is not badass.
Pull up from the logo. There's just something about his little baby shooting form. It just makes me upset.
I think it's because he kind of has like a baby face going on. I think that's the only thing. AI was a man. That was a full-grown man.
Oh yeah.
Steph Curry, you think he's kind of just like a little boy. I get that.
I don't know what it is. I'll never root for the guy. I can't do it. I cannot do it, and I can't hold it in any longer. I can't pretend to be like, well, it's great. It's great for the game, and it might be, but yeah.
I rooted for him that last, when it was against the Rockets. Everyone wanted the Rockets win. I just hate James Harden. Fuck.
That's a toss-up. Yeah, James Harden, especially as Giannis fans, I hate James Harden too. Moving on, my final one. This one's an easy one. I hate Mike Williams more than almost any wide receiver I can never name. This man knocked me out of the playoffs in fantasy football because he scored not 1, not 2, but 3 bullshit touchdowns against me.
I thought it was 4.
Absolutely killed my chance. Let me just get this rant out of the way. Then you can have the floor. This guy had 3 touchdowns in one game, knocked me out of the playoffs. You know what he does the next season? He has 2 touchdowns the entire year. What a pile of trash Mike Williams is. I will never like him. I don't care if he ends up being good. That guy can absolutely kiss my pucker. I'm done with him.
You know what? I feel bad I didn't put him on my list of favorites. Mike Williams is amazing. He's amazing when you need him. Clutch player. I called him up. I never once started him. He was on my fantasy team. Never once started him the entire year. I tossed him in. I think it was against like the Broncos. And this man was pissed. And he goes off for something ridiculous. It was over 100 yards.
Fantasy points in PPR.
45.
45.
I have a similar experience with you, but not Mike Williams, but Rashawn Perriman. Did the exact same thing to me. He did the exact same thing to me. I think it was last year.
Rashad Perriman is so good, dude.
Just gave me the absolute business. You know what he did next week? Absolute dick. He didn't do shit.
His entire career, nothing.
Oh, man. See, I just have an eye for my receivers and when to play them.
Hate you. I hate you. I hate Mike Williams. Zach, honorable mention. And then I just wanted to, this is a quick honorable mention. Corey Davis.
Oh,
I
that's
give
a
up.
good one.
I finally give for years. And I honestly, you could just put the entire Titans organization on here as far as channeling my hate. Because I don't know how much of it's Corey Davis's fault, but I've been riding his coattails for years. I've been propping him up. I kept thinking, this is the guy. He's going to be amazing. And my God, does he suck balls. The man, he stinks. And I got to get over it. And so as long as he's in that Titans uniform, it's never going to happen. A.J. Brown's there. He's the real alpha dog. It's over for Corey Davis. I can't do it. I give up. So to round out, it was Wii Sports Baseball Me's when they stare at you.
Okay.
Steph Curry and Mike Williams.
All right.
It's a pretty good list.
Yep.
Outside of, obviously,
No.
my distaste for it.
So I'm sure everyone saw this one coming for me. But my number one least favorite athlete of all time, Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth sucked.
Yep.
Outside of the best thing about him being his name, George Herman Ruth, it's a great name. It's a strong name. I'll give that one up to him. But he was a pile of garbage.
The Colossus of Clout, very cool nickname.
He has some great. he has a good list of nicknames. I'll give him that.
All wasted.
Mm-hmm.
All wasted on a man that was traded for $25,000 to fund the owner of the Boston Red Sox new play. This man is your GOAT. Traded for $25K.
That was after leading the league in home runs and being an ERA champion twice.
Yes. And the Red Sox say, no, sir. $25K, I'll take it. I'm going to be honest with you guys. This stance that I have on Babe Ruth is purely me being stubborn, because the more research I do on this man, I'm starting to turn my tune. My man smoked cigarettes and drank beer in the middle of games. That's kind of sick.
That's kind of fucking cool. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of sick.
Everyone else in the MLB at that time.
Oh, don't do this to me.
That's kind of sick, Feder. I'm kind of with you on that.
I'm changing my tune that I think he may have actually been cool. He's never been good. Not a day in his life was he a good athlete.
Back down.
Not a day in his life.
Ever since we came out with that podcast episode where we talked about you striking out Babe Ruth,
That's all I can think about.
my brother has sent me a video or an article every single day about how wrong how much he hates that take.
I mean, Babe Ruth, I think he was traded to the Yankees, I think in 1914.
You think they were athletes back then? Absolutely not.
He was going against guys whose second job was throwing fucking mail on front porches. That's the only reason they were pitchers, is because they had experience throwing something. Throwing anything. I mean, it is a completely asinine argument that I know we've hashed. I'm not going to rehash the entire thing, saying that anybody from the year 1914 could play any sport nowadays. Any sport.
Good heavens, no. Any athlete before 1975. 70, no. Look at 1970.
60.
60? Okay.
I'd say 60.
Who was someone in 60s then that could?
Well, I was saying 70 because
70s.
That's when Kareem Abdul-Jabbar came in.
That's
where I'm drawing my line.
That's a good point.
I think I'm not saying Bill Russell would be like a dominant center, but I think Bill Russell could hang nowadays.
I don't.
I do.
I think manhandled.
I think Bill Russell could hang. 10-0 in NBA championships. The guy was a very good athlete. He also fought in the war, so you're not going to hear me. You're not going to hear me slander any veterans here on this program. Not from me. From Pate, maybe.
Don't put me in a box like this.
No.
Wow! Holy shit!
Number 2 on my list is Tom Brady.
Easy.
I'm sick of the chip on my shoulder gag. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. You've won 6 Super Bowls. You're not the underdog anymore. You're good. We get it. And then when he came onto Instagram, like all of his funny, relatable Instagram videos where he's hopping in his Bugatti, like, fuck off, dude. You're such an arrogant asshole. I don't eat tomatoes. Like, fuck you. Fuck you. I'm really just sick of watching this man win. I want there to be somebody else. I want somebody else.
I don't think you're going to worry about that one.
I was just going to say, I'm sure at some point we'll do an NFL preview podcast, but you don't need to worry about that anymore, Fenner.
Okay.
No need
I'm
to
hoping
worry.
So.
I can personally guarantee it.
Okay.
If that team wasn't winning with Jameis Winston, they aren't going to win with Tom Brady. Get out of here.
That's what this is about.
Yeah, really, it comes down to I'm sick of seeing him win.
Kind of like why I hate. It's the same thing as like I hate Steph Curry. I think it's all cut from the same cloth. It's like there's just something about watching him succeed that's just infuriating.
At least modern day Steph Curry is cool. Modern day Tom Brady is sad. Sad to watch. Did you guys watch many Patriots games last year? What a
I
fucking
actively
joke.
avoid them, actually.
What a fucking joke.
That Titans game was like healing a nation.
Yo,
it was very
we needed that. That
Watching
only
him throw that pick six. Mwah.
Dude, if that game took place like as the first sports game after coronavirus, that is documented history of uniting together. That is that would be healing a nation.
Derrick Henry single-handedly healed a nation.
Ryan Tannehill, don't put slander on his name.
I think he threw for like $120 that game, no touchdowns.
I was gonna say, I don't even know if he broke 100.
All Derrick Henry.
But yeah, the third person on my list, another baseball player, another Yankee, Derek Jeter.
Oh, easy.
Other than Babe Ruth, maybe the most overrated and overhyped baseball player of all time. Yankee fans specifically think Derek Jeter is some God-sent baseball player who could do no wrong. He was this is where the crux of my argument begins. He was an incredible fielder who made throws nobody else could throw. To those people, I say, Derek Jeter was the worst defensive shortstop of all time.
Dude, I'm looking. How did he win 5 Gold Gloves?
No idea.
What?
Literally no idea. He accumulated negative 152 defensive runs saved from 2003 to the end of his career, because that's when they started keeping track of defensive runs saved.
Mm-hmm.
Won 4 of those Gold Gloves in that time.
Insane. So that is excluding the first 8 years of his career, because he was drafted in 1995, and he has the least amount of defensive runs saved by, I think, 32.
Oh my God.
And that's not just at the shortstop position, that's at all positions, but at shortstop, the discrepancy is even greater. Sure, he had a fine bat, but if you combine his defense and his bat, he is an average baseball player at best. He is the picture perfect right moment or right place at the right time for winning 6 World Series, 5 World Series, whatever it was.
Real tough to do that as a member of the Yankees.
Right. 27 rings. So Derek Jeter, hate him.
Shit, yeah.
Love it. Absolutely love that take.
Not one of the 20 best players of the last 20 years.
Goodness,
absolutely not.
Mm-mm.
The most overhyped and overrated baseball player, maybe ever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we just got done talking about Babe Ruth.
Yeah, but compared to the people he played with, Babe Ruth,
that's almost a joke.
That's fair.
Yeah. He wasn't, you know what? I think I actually said this the last time we talked about Derek Jeter. But the one thing I can give him is that he was nice enough to slide on over to third base when a better shortstop came into town.
Oh, wait.
He didn't?
No, he turns out he actually made Alex Rodriguez, the far superior player, play third.
Damn, I'm misremembering that. Fuck.
Man, yeah, I know. I hate when that happens. I hate Derek Jeter. Oh, God. But I will say this. I love Derek Jeter in one respect. He absolutely gutted the Miami Marlins, and that is why the Brewers have Christian Yelich.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Derek Jeter, for being as incompetent of an owner as you were a player.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Holy shit.
So, my list was Babe Ruth, Tom Brady, Derek Jeter.
Zach had no idea the hate for Derek Jeter.
I had no idea. This is news.
Trash can.
Yeah.
Oh, you probably
all right.
Probably love what's his name? Is it Matt Damon who shot Jeter?
No, it was Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Derek Jeter also would send the ladies he took home a gift basket. He would give them a gift basket on the way out of the house.
Making me like him.
Yeah, that's also a
That's
nice
making
move.
Oh, okay.
It's a very kind
What a
move.
power
I
move.
think they also signed an NDA, but
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Dude, that season Derek Jeter hit 14 home runs was so sick.
Oh,
In
dude.
Yankee Stadium, man.
Nasty. Oh, God.
Taking second in MVP voting, hitting 14 home runs.
The GOAT. The GOAT, that's what I'd say.
Oh, my God.
Mhm.
The
That's
most
just sad.
overrated player ever.
Wow.
Mhm.
Shit.
All right, so I'll go start off my hated list. I'm surprised. Well, it might be on Zach's, but I'm surprised you guys haven't brought it up, Alan, Kyle. But Vontez Perfect.
Okay.
Eh,
It's not on mine.
no.
If I was an NFL player, I would hate him.
I think he's actually
Yeah.
closer to my favorite than my least favorite. I'm going to be honest with you.
Oof. I just remember him having some controversial hits against the Packers, and not really for it.
I don't remember the Packer ones. I remember
No, I
the one
don't
where
either.
he
I thought he
absolutely
was.
killed Juju Smith and Antonio Brown.
That was
Well, I
fun.
must be misremembering. However, big asshole. He's just out to kill people.
Are you thinking of Anthony Barr?
That might be the game
Anthony-
I'm thinking of, but I still don't like this guy.
No, fair. Go on.
Just missed my list. Anthony Barr, that fucker.
So, yeah, I don't know. He just seems like a complete asshole of a person, just out there to hurt people and kill people, essentially. Just headhunting. But, I mean,
Depends what you're watching football for, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, if
but-
that's the the requirements that you're going for, you better have Ray Lewis because he was also looking to kill people as well.
It literally
Except-
killed him.
Right.
Yeah,
Marvin Harrison.
Literally.
People forget that one.
Yeah. No, like
Well,
Ray Lewis is a
cool.
murderer. Like he
yeah,
killed a
but
man.
I can't.
That was
But I
Marvin.
can play as Ray Lewis in NFL Street 2 and kill other people with him, so he's staying off this
Oh.
list.
Oh.
Not all murders are created equal as long as you're very good in NFL Street.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's fair.
I would
So-
hate Montez Burfict more if he was like, I don't know, a bear or a Viking and was doing that to NFC North players. Then it's like, yeah, I kind of see the hate. Watching him from afar in the distance was honestly almost comical because watching him single-handedly tank the Bengals from beating the Steelers in that playoff game because of that penalty on Antonio Brown is very funny.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I would put more of like Ndamukong Suh in that territory.
Stomping on people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stomping on dicks.
So,
That's what he did.
TJ Lang.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, ask TJ Lang. Not great.
so number 2, I'm gonna do a quick change. I had James Harden on there because I think he's
feel
very
free.
boring to watch, and I just hate how he acts and how he presents himself. I'm gonna change that to LeBron James.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, Jesus.
I hate LeBron
What a
James.
pivot.
Okay.
I hate him
Oh, my
solely
God.
for his social media. He's an absolute turd when it comes to social media. His message to his future self or his younger self from his future self. So I'm like, I don't know how to explain it.
I see
But
it. No, I
he's
get
not.
it.
But
He's had
no,
some rough
see-
moments.
See, you don't get it, Becker. He's a kid from Akron. You idiot.
Oh yeah. Yeah, kid from Akron. All his stupid hashtags that no one else uses besides him.
Yo,
It's just
Becker, it's Taco Tuesday.
you don't
Yeah.
get it.
Are you
try
laughing yet?
to
Yeah.
trademark Taco Tuesday. Like, get the fuck out of here. Who do you think you are? Like,
LeBron fucking James is probably who we
I
think
don't give
he
a
is.
shit. He could be so much cooler, but he's just a loser. I don't. He's good at basketball, but outside of basketball, just a loser, just a big turd.
Yeah.
Be honest.
God.
He should have had
Building
a.
a school,
He should-
building a school, what a loser
Yeah,
move.
dude.
Oh,
Building a school, being with your family. Why couldn't he be a gambling, have gambling problems?
you want the
Seriously.
clubs like James Harden, that guy's cool.
Oh.
Well, he's also not cool. However, yeah, LeBron James not solely on social media. Just think he's a turd.
He do be listening to bangers though. Those
That's
songs
fair.
be going nutso.
That's fair. So number 3, I'm
Oh,
characterizing.
adding
these-
to that, he leaked Kendra's album. He leaked Damn. Thank you for bringing that up. He's the reason that album leaked. Thank you for that. Yes, you know
Yep.
what? Fuck LeBron. You're right.
Yep. All right, you're welcome.
Thank you.
That easy,
You
huh?
triggered me with that. I forgot about that. Oh, wow.
All right, so number 3. Depending who you ask, they might not consider them athletes. I'm going to consider them athletes. It's race car drivers, not all race car drivers, but specific ones. And I'm going all the baby characters in Mario Kart.
I was gonna say
I
Tony
love
Stewart
that.
killed the guy, but
Oh yeah, I was hoping you'd go Tony Stewart too.
Better, my brother already hates you. Your takes.
Here, let him.
I hate all the baby characters because they just seem very unoriginal. They're just, let's just make these normal characters smaller and just put them in the game. It seems very lazy. Just very little development to go into that. It's like the creativity is just lost in just creating just baby characters.
See, I agree with most of that take. Like, if you want to put in Baby Mario and Baby Luigi, that makes sense because they always kind of had their own video game.
Yes,
When
with
Yeah, it was like it was a game that came after
like Yoshi's World or something with Baby Mario.
Oh yeah, that too. I was thinking it was one of the RPG ones. It came after Superstar Saga.
Mhm.
It was Superstar Saga, the one with the babies, and then it was like Bowser's Inside Story. I can't remember the one in the
Mhm.
middle, but at least they've appeared in other properties. where the fuck does Baby Rosalina fit in?
Or like Baby Peach. Like they're just complete. Like these have
Peach
baby
makes
versions.
more sense than Rosalina.
There was never a Baby Rosalina ever in any other video game. Bunch of trash.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna lump them all in together just because
I think if you're
I feel like they're all just lazy and like not creative in the slightest.
Adding to that, outside of Metal Mario, you cannot have a Metal Peach.
Yeah,
what's the point of that?
No,
Metal
it's
Mario
not Metal,
makes sense.
It's like Rose Gold Peach.
Yeah.
That was never
stupid.
in another video game either.
Metal Mario,
like, what's the point?
Fine, if you want to include it, that makes sense, but stupid.
Yeah.
I love this. This is great.
Yeah, these are great takes.
Okay, so that rounds out my bottom three.
Yeah. Tony Stewart, not a good dude.
So that rounds out my bottom three: Vontez Perfect, LeBron James, and all the baby characters in Mario Kart.
All right. Nick Perry is a piece of shit. I fucking hate Nick Perry so much. Nick Perry's the first person on my list. Nick Perry. I don't think there's a. I'm not gonna say that. But he's the second Packer that I hate the most of recent history. Nick Perry sucked so much in his early years. He was so fucking bad. He was a piece of turd. But then suddenly, contract year comes up. What happened? This man went nutso. He was so good for one season. And here I am. People are like, Zach, Nick Perry's good. Nick Perry's good. Fine, I'll say it. He's good. And I eat my words. You want to know what Nick Perry did after he got that contract? Because I want to know. Because he did nothing.
Not much.
Nick Perry poisoned the Packers into what was those weird non-playoff years. He was the first domino into that bullshit. Because I think his dominant year was the Packers Seahawks. After that, we couldn't get our footing because this man's eating up so much cap room. The club was cool, fine, whatever. You have one cool aspect about you. This man ate up so much money and poisoned the Packers for years to come, and I hate Nick Perry.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I kind of had to eat my words on Nick Perry too. I thought he'd be significantly better.
Mm-hmm.
I bought in. Didn't work out. In his defense, I think he played out of position his entire career because I don't think he ever should have been a linebacker. I think he should have just been a 4-3 defensive end, but yeah, he wasn't great.
Yeah, I
don't know if I hate him that much. So.
I do. He is like, I don't know, it's just such a taste because right away I turned on him because I'm like, I'm not seeing anything from this guy. And then I saw something that I have to say, oh, whoa. And then he just poisons Packers for the future. Fuck Nick Perry. Moving on. You know what? No, I'm going to move right into the next one. He's not my least favorite Packer of recent history. My least favorite Packer of recent history, next on my list, Jeff Janis. I was so sick of hearing... I've stated my distaste for a lot of Packer fandom. I don't think there's anything that will make me more angry than all of the hype that Jeff Janis got. These people saw a white receiver and said he's Jordy Nelson 2.0.
People loved Jared Abbrederis and Jake Kumaro and, just really underrated guys.
Right. I don't know what it is about them, but those...
I'm not sensing a theme or anything.
Yeah, right. But Jeff Janis, he's fast. That's his whole thing. That's the thing. You want to go with shticks? Well, like, what's the shtick? He's fast. He was never a good receiver. I will disagree with
this for one reason. Arizona playoff game, catching 2 consecutive Hail Marys was the coolest shit ever. So it kind of made up for all of the other years. Dude was a 7th round pick. That's all he needed to do to have a cool, successful NFL career. I will never hate Jeff Janis because that was one of the most exciting moments I've ever experienced as a Packer fan.
That is the one flaw in this. Okay, with that same, metrics then, Richard Rodgers, pretty cool.
You're right. Exactly.
Like,
Your roster is very cool.
You'll never catch me hating on Dick Rock.
Yeah, I don't know what grand point you're making, but man, he's pretty sick.
Point is, Jeff Janis, I was sick of hearing the hype. This man never panned out. He's a cool dude, sure, but I was so sick of hearing Jeff Janis. Oh, Jordy Nelson. He's just like Jordy Nelson. He can be the next Jordy Nelson. It was terrible. I hated it. But moving on, so I wrote down 2 names. I had a definitive list, but you guys really sparked some shit. So honorable mentions before the last one: Michael Carter Williams. So fuck Michael Carter Williams.
Rookie of the Year, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That was the
Zach,
stupidest shit.
He was
I don't know, man.
Jason Kidd.
I hate Michael Carter Williams because one of my favorite, like, again, along the lines of Brandon Jennings, Andrew Bogut, I loved Brandon Knight. I really loved Brandon Knight. He was a good guy. He's still in the league, apparently. I think he plays for the Pistons.
I think it's like, yeah.
His third stint with the Pistons, maybe second for sure.
I don't know.
Right after his like third stint that he had with
the Cavs. Yeah.
Right. So I was really like, he was someone during the bad year that I was like, well, I really do like Brandon Knight. And trading him, and everyone told me I am invalid. My feelings of being angry about losing Brandon Knight was invalid because Michael Carter Williams won Rookie of the Year, Zach. You don't get it. He won Rookie of the Year.
How many Rookies of the Year did Brandon Knight win?
You have a point. He won my heart. And Michael Carter Williams failed to do that. After that, this man, it was just... I don't know how to describe it, but it was miserable watching. Frustrating, because this man would pop off for 40 points in one game and be MIA for the next 10. I hated watching. I just always hated Michael Carter Williams. He's also a dope. I don't know what it is. He has no fire in him when he plays. He just stands there. I fucking hate Michael Carter Williams.
The one thing Michael Carter Williams has, two things Michael Carter Williams has over Brandon Knight is, yes, he did win Rookie of the Year. He also does not have like the worst looking like I don't know exactly how to describe this. He has been on the receiving end of posters and like NBA blooper type videos of any one person's career ever.
Dude, Brandon Knight is outside of that half season with the Bucks. That man has been clowned more times than almost any player I've ever seen. The Rising Stars game with Kyrie Irving destroying his ankles to DeAndre Jordan throwing down the meanest alley-oop of all time on somebody when he was with the Pistons. I mean, Brandon Knight got clowned on way more than Michael Carter Williams ever did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hey,
my God.
I hate Michael Carter Williams. And that's my take. But that's not even. He was just someone I wrote down. I scribbled him out. One more honorable mention I want to toss out there. Doug Baldwin. Another guy where right when I start eating my words, this man goes MIA. He's not in the league anymore. I hated Doug Baldwin for so long. Nothing about him screamed good receiver who's scoring as many touchdowns as he is. I think he led the NFL in touchdowns the year before he went MIA. It made no sense, and it just shows how good Russell Wilson is the fact that he made Doug Baldwin I'm not going to say he was good, but he made him a good stats-looking person. I hate Doug Baldwin. I fucking hate him. He's so boring to watch, and he was on the Seahawks during those years that I hated them the most. So fuck Doug Baldwin.
Fair.
Yeah. But that leads me to the last one, and this, we already talked a little bit about it, but I want to talk more about it. James Harden. What a little bitch. No one likes him. Literally no one in that NBA. Name one friend that James Harden has.
Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook. Name another one.
Tyson Chandler.
Nope, that doesn't even count. Not friends. This man is. You see the NBA hanging out with each other.
Like Capella.
Everyone is buddy in the NBA. James Harden I can respect
Eric
the
Gordon.
strip club game. Shut the fuck up. I'm talking about how shitty
Not
James
Chris
Harden
Paul.
is. I despise this man. He's always bitching. He's always complaining. Can you just play the fucking game for once? What's this? Oh my god. The best part of his entire career is Giannis pelting him with the ball in his face. I'm so sick of seeing this man just toss up for threes. Toss up any random shit. Have someone hoping that someone's near fucking flop into him. He's so boring to watch. The game feels so slow when you're watching a Rockets game because oh, James Harden back at the line. Oh, God. And I'm sick of the beard. The beard isn't a good gimmick. There's so many good gimmicks in the NBA. The beard's not one of them. I am
He
so
needs
sick
that
of it.
beard, though.
He literally does.
You see him at Arizona? That boy's ugly.
James Harden.
Ugly.
I
Just
hate
a-
him.
A
with
weird-looking mouth.
The thing with James Harden is that he is that good, but the way he plays, and he's in the most infuriating system where it just rewards his shitty play.
The thing I have a hard time being so upset about it is he does what the NBA now is going to. Like, he takes threes and he draws fouls, and that's like what you need to do in today's NBA.
And that's why I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate him
No,
for
I
that.
completely understand.
Because he's going to be the face of that to come. James
Yeah.
Harden being the fucking just toss it up. Which,
Yeah.
if I was playing, I would love to do that.
I mean, yeah.
But we're in a league where Giannis is doing disgusting things on the daily when season's on.
Half the minutes.
In half of the fucking minutes. And everyone says, no, but Harden had another 40-point game. The dude is playing 40 minutes a game. Like, it's fucking insane. I hate James Harden. I hate the debate I hate that it even has to be a debate of him or Giannis as MVP. I hate that exists. It's disgusting. And it just shows that it feeds into the social media Bleacher Report fans of who are like, no, but Harden popping off for points, who aren't actually watching the games. They just see the little Instagram graphic afterwards and they say, no, Harden's popping off. And then they hear Drake talk about Harden in a song. They're like, I love Harden. Fuck you. Fuck you too, Drake. You all suck. I hate all of
What
it.
really drove me nuts about Harden, the real nail in the coffin was when he was saying in reference to Giannis how he wishes he could just be big and dunk. Like, you're an idiot if you actually think that.
That is so
like,
stupid.
As if Giannis isn't a skilled player. But like with James Harden, he is one of the best scorers of all time. He is one of the best passers of all time, and I still hate watching him. Both things can be simultaneously true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate him. So go through my list. Jeff Janis, Nick Perry, honorable mentions Doug Baldwin, Michael Carter-Williams, and then James Harden.
Strong.
And yeah.
Very strong.
Wow. This was a great episode. This was a lot of fun to get these takes out. Wow.
Seems like it was very therapeutic for you.
I feel great.
I can tell.
Oh man, I'm like sweating my ass off. It's hot as hell. And I closed the window because the dude's cutting lawn for the third time today. But hey, that's it from us at the Farmcast. Let us know what you think of our takes. Let us know who your favorite and least favorite athletes of all time are. Maybe you agree that it is the Wii Sports players. Maybe you disagree. But hey, let us know. You can follow us on Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, all those places. You can get our podcast, listen there. It'd be awesome if you want to stream some of our older episodes. But you can also follow us on social media at The Farmcast Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And yeah, we'll have some more. We will continue the discussion there for who are the good and bad athletes of all time. But thank you for listening. Make sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next episode of The Farmcast. Bye.
Poggers.
Jesus.